So I was surprised that the majority of the team were going to be consisted of people that I had already worked with.
I'm still in the same group as Tyrus and Kuis. I was really surprised. Again, there's three of us working together.
We have Kuis and Elaine, who are designers, and I worked with them for my game design project. And there's Eugene.
Hey.
She works with audio and data science. The only person I haven't worked with yet was Mohit, and he deals with project management. So for our project, we were assigned to work with Truly Social Games, who are actually located right next door to us, so that was pretty convenient. They started off making AR games, but more recently they shifted their focus to making hyper
casual.
We went to the Truly Social Game office, which is really near to our office. It's kind of like 3-minute walk from our office.
We met up with Joe and Robert, who were really chill people, very laid back.
It was a long meeting. Our client really like chill and like relaxing.
Loves telling stories, making jokes. The game that they wanted us to look at was called
Go Mania. So Go Mania is a pretty unique and uncommon game in the market, I would say.
The game Go Mania rewards the top players who will have the highest game score with real prizes, such as custom sneaker, Nintendo Switch, and Beats headphone.
And that was like in the color scheme of the Gold Mania game, which is very interesting to look at.
We were wondering if we could come up with ideas which can help them in boosting organic installs, generate more revenue, like have more monetization streams or revenue streams. Was coming up with an idea and using Gold Mania as the test bench.
So when we were looking into the design of Gold Mania, we realized that there were a couple of issues. So for one, it seems like the only motivator to actually play the game is to win real prizes. So they have a bunch of mini games, which involves you have this walrus bouncing down some platforms, or a chicken bouncing up a series of balloons. So basically, it's these are like endless types, like the endless style of mini games where you have to keep going until you basically fail. At the end, you get a score, and the score is actually placed onto a leaderboard. So if you reach the top of the leaderboard, then you get a real prize. But it takes minimum of 7 days to win a small prize like a pop socket, or you have to play for 28 days to win their grand prize.
Some people are really competitive and they are willing to spend monies to buy all the power-ups and be on top of the leaderboard. But other more casual players, they don't have a chance to win real prize. So there are lack of motivations, and which is a really big problems for the games.
So once we receive the data, we are looking at the retention and acquisition. So how many players we get into the game every day, or like how players drop off the game every day. I think one of the greatest discovery is that the player retention is actually pretty low. The lack of the sense of progression is one of the main reasons of player dropping off so quickly.
Like there was no push for people to come back, at least for the casual players, to come back and play every single day.
We do think the user experience of the game needs to be revamped in order to enhance the player retention and motivation. Based on our research and data analysis, we came up with a bunch of out-of-the-box ideas to address the problem.
We did multiple design sprints to try to refine these ideas. I think the one that really resonated with us was actually the redemption mechanics. So think back to when you were a kid and you would go to the arcade. You would buy tokens. You would play a bunch of electronic games where you're shooting things and whatnot. At the end of it, you would actually get a bunch of tickets depending on your score, and you would gradually accumulate these tickets so that you can trade them for a prize. So we were thinking, well, why can't we do something similar to that? We actually took a field trip to a local arcade in Burnaby. They have this big, relatively large arcade called CHQ. They had one section which was dedicated just for like the hardcore arcade games. And then there was the other side, which were more casual oriented, where you can win tickets.
It's actually my first time went to play arcades. Surprising to find out that right now there's a lot of mini games that is familiar to me, such as Candy Crush, Fruit Ninja. What attracted me the most is that every time after you hit the jackpot, you find out that there's a lot of tickets that comes out from the machine, and you feel a sense of achievement. If you go to front desk, you can see all those really good prizes displayed on the wall. So you will think that, oh, with all these giant pack of tickets, you can definitely win something really cool and nice.
And we actually felt like very fulfilled, like we were having a lot of fun and we just want to keep playing.
At the end, we won about 600 tickets, which got us this prize.
That doesn't really matter, it's because we're going for experience that we have fun there, and so it's fine.
To implement the redemption mechanics, we designed a whole bunch of new features, including tickets and token economy, a dedicated new store with redeemable virtual prizes, profile customization, new aesthetics, and tournament challenges.
We was thinking about adding a virtual prize for casual players, so that every players can have something to collect and feel the sense of achievement.
So it could include power-ups, in-game characters, or avatars, or even like dance moves for the characters. Adding a layer of like customization where you can actually choose which character you want to play for each mini game. We find that to be a very good motivator for people to have something to achieve.
We thought of having one separate section or tab for core gamers. So we named it Tourney, and the section would have just real prizes, and they would be time based, 7 days time based, not 28 days, 7 days. You play the game for 7 days and you win prizes.
We also wanted the store to implement like a tier system, where the more tickets you win, the more in-game rewards that can unlock and redeem.
For aesthetics, we were thinking about enhancing the arcade aesthetics. Right now, it's more of the casino style, which doesn't seem really relevant for the games. So we want to make it more immersive and more eye-catching.
Because our team didn't actually have any programmers, we decided that we would provide the solution in the form of a high-fidelity visual prototype made in Figma. We believe that it would help illustrate how our design and our idea would work and what the user flow would be like.
We adopted the Spring Agile methodology to develop our projects. Each sprint started with brainstorming of user journey. Then we created the wireframes of the UI.
We, of course, did a bunch of user testing as well.
Oh my god, user testing. We did so many user testing, so many.
To validate our assumptions and to test the usability of our designs.
I remember we even made a paper prototype of a Nintendo Switch so that the tester can take pictures and see what's the reactions they have if they really win the real prize.
People love to participate in our test because we always brought snacks.
We were happy to see that for the most part, the results were quite favorable. People generally understood what we were going for. It certainly was a challenge with the whole coronavirus thing.
So as we know, we start working from home because of COVID-19. It's kind of different from like we are sitting together in the office and we can ask each other like whenever you want. But now it's like we need to get used to communicating in the digital world.
It is a really big challenge for me. We have a lot of fun. I like our working style, but right now I have to work remotely.
We were fortunate enough that this happened towards the end of our project. I mean, there was only 3 weeks left, so we were already on our way to building the high fidelity prototype with the new visual style Elaine had come up with. So it wasn't that bad. It was just a matter of, getting used to working remotely, communicating with the team through Skype. And Mohi moving back to India.
And here I am back in India. I thought of coming back to my family, working from home, had FaceTime video sessions, talked, still felt like a family working together.
So there was this whole time difference that we had to deal with. But I think overall we managed to keep our focus, keep each other going through Netflix party and still having lunch together, even though it's through a webcam.
I guess no one will deny that working under the COVID-19 pandemic, it's one of the most challenging experiences throughout the process. I feel extremely thankful for being able to work in Team Gold Diggers, which is always energetic and passionate.
So another curveball that was thrown at us was the fact that Truly Social Games decided to retire their Gold Mania game near the end of our project. They realized that they weren't getting enough users, no matter what they did, to play the game, and for them to invest more money into it just didn't make a whole lot of sense.
A little bit disappointed at the same time because I'm so excited to see if our project can be put in live.
But I don't think it impacted us that much anyway, because our idea was about the redemption mechanics, which can be applied to any of their future games.
But I'm glad that they have a vision. That Truly Social, they have a vision, and they're working towards that vision. Failures happen. Failure happen all the time. It's the vision that stays. It's a vision that continues. It's a vision that needs to grow.
We certainly learned a lot throughout the term, and it was an absolute blast working with my team.
I'm glad that I'm in this team actually, like having those fabulous teammates.
In addition to a great project, we certainly have built a beautiful friendship.